What we're going to discuss here for some is easy. For others, it triggers a lot of discomfort. Whatever comes up, it's okay. The purpose here, as always, is for us to put stuff on the table, to examine so we can take steps in the direction of you living better, feeling better, and experiencing more of what you want out of life and less of what you don't. Today, we begin discussing the impact of relationships on your progress. Any idea what we might be considering when we discuss how relationships might impact your progress? Well, in a nutshell, the people around us are going to have a profound effect on how we think, feel, make progress, sleep, relate to others, believe in ourselves, and ultimately experience life. Has there ever been someone in your life who, after interacting with them in one way or another, you just felt worse overall? Or maybe in a specific way, you left believing that you were lousy at something or you were lousy in some way? Either because they directly told you or because something they said out loud left you thinking or believing something negative? Perhaps you can also think of someone who, after interacting with them, left you feeling uplifted, more positive, more capable, more worthwhile, more joyful overall. The person might have even served as a valuable mentor or friend to this day, whom you always look to for support or guidance, or at the very least, trust to be kind to you if you feel down. Have you ever heard that you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with? Think about how when you spend enough time with someone, you can start to pick up on their mannerisms, you could even start to adopt them, phrases, habits of theirs. They can start to become yours. We'll become more like the people we hang around the most. This means that if we want to be a certain way, we need to make sure that to the best of our ability, we can influence our environment, including the people around us, to help create the version of ourselves that we want. What do we want to be more like? If we want to be more healthy, we ought to spend time with healthy people. If we want to be more positive, we ought to spend time with positive people. If we want to be more wealthy, we ought to spend time with more wealthy people. Differences between people can be huge, and if we create agreement around the following 3 ideas, we'll be off to making major gains in life, even if they're gradual. 1, everyone's doing the best they can in the moment with the knowledge, skills, and beliefs they have. Everyone's doing their best. Now, this doesn't mean that they're doing what we would call a good job. It just means that given what they know and are capable of understanding and doing right now, they're doing their best. 2, there is such a thing as healthy selfishness. There's often a negative connotation with this word. There is such a thing as healthy selfishness. So, how many times have we heard, "Don't be so selfish," or "You're being selfish," or, something like that as if it were a bad thing? Most of us have, in some form or another, heard that. What's important to understand is that there's a difference between doing something beneficial for yourself in a way that benefits you and maybe even others around you, and being selfish in a way that harms others around you. If you're not harming others, you're supposed to be selfish. A mother can't breastfeed if she's not nourishing herself. Taking care of you is how you set yourself up to take part of anything or to take care of everyone around you. 3, how people treat us is not our fault. How we respond is our responsibility. So what others do is not our fault. How our response is our responsibility. This means that we can't blame ourselves for what someone else did. Everyone must take responsibility for their actions. It also means that if we aren't happy with how our relationship is going, then it's our responsibility to influence it as we believe we ought to, whether that means we have a conversation, leave a relationship altogether, or anything in between. As we circle back to all the factors that will get us moving, feeling, looking, and performing the ways we want, without any of the limitations that have held us back, we can start to take a basic audit of our closest relationships to see what kinds of influences we have. What I would like you to do for homework tonight is to take 15 to 20 minutes to write down the 5 people that you're most strongly influenced by every week. So homework today is you're going to write down the 5 most influential people in your life. Now, this is, in a nutshell, who you spend the most time with. This doesn't have to be in person. It could be someone that you text every day or someone who is often top of mind. As you write down the 5 people who occupy most of your mental and emotional real estate, I want you to note the following things. Let's write these down. Do you have an overall positive or negative connotation with this person? 2, do you feel that you gain or lose energy from the relationship? 3, why do you believe that is? 4, in what ways would you like to be more like this person? 5, in what ways would you like to be less like this person? Which is the top influence on this list that, if changed, would make everything else easier for you? While doing this exercise can be challenging, creating clarity around this will help get things into motion that might have been stagnant for a while.